This is Notes on the Initiates of the Flame by Manly Hall. The world is the schoolroom of God. Our being in school does not make us learn, but within that school is the opportunity for all learning. It has its grades and its classes, its sciences and its graduates, its grades and its classes, its sciences and its arts, and admission to it is the birthright of man. Its graduates are its teachers. The pupils are all created things. Its examples are nature, and its rules are God's laws. Those who would go into the greater colleges and universities must first, day by day and year by year, work through the common school of life and present to their new teachers the diplomas they have won, upon which is written the name that none may read save those who have received it. The hours may seem long and the teachers cruel, but each of us must walk that path, and the only ones ready to go onward are those who have passed through the gateway of experience, which is God's great school for man. As the perfume rising from the incense burner was acceptable in the sight of the Lord, so may our words and actions ever be a sweet incense acceptable in the sight of the Most High. The centering of thought or emotion upon higher or lower things, as the case may be, determines where your life energy will be expanded. If the lower emotions predominate, the flame upon the altar burns low and flickers out, because the forces which feed it have been concentrated upon the lower centers. When righteousness predominates, then the lower forces are raised upward and pass through the purification which makes possible their being used as fuel for the ever-burning lamp. Thus we see why it was a great sin to let the lamp go out. For the pillar of flames which hovers over the tabernacle, purified and prepared after the direction of the Most High, is the spiritual flame that, hovering above man, lights his way wherever he may go. The spiritual flame in man is the light that shineth in the darkness. It lights his way as no exterior light can. This radiating out from him brings into view, one by one, the hidden things of the cosmos, and his ignorance is dispelled in exactly the same proportion as his light is spread. For the darkness of the unknown can only be removed by light, and the greater the light, the further back the darkness is driven. This is the lamp of the philosopher, which he carries through the dark passageways of life, and by the light of which he walks among the stones and along the narrow cliff edge without fear. But if man gains all things and has not this light within himself, he cannot know where he goes, he cannot watch his footsteps, and he cannot dispel his ignorance with the light of truth. Therefore, let each student watch the fire that burns upon his altar. Let him also make that altar his body as beautiful and harmonious as possible, and let him also sacrifice upon that altar the frankincense and myrrh, his actions and his deeds. As in the tabernacle he offers all upon the altar of divinity, so let him day by day dispel the symbols of mortality, the coffin and the grave by which he prepared himself through the mastery of the lower emotions within himself, and recognize that no matter how crystallized or dead his life may be, the fact that he exists at all proves that the sprig of acacia, the promise of life and immortality, is somewhere within himself. And although the flame of life may appear faint or cold, if he will supply the fuel by his daily actions, he will kindle the altar flame once more within himself, which, shining forth, will also help his brother to kindle his flame, which is also a living sacrifice to the living God. When any other thing governs a man, he is not attuned to his own highest self. If man would find the great initiates without, he must first find them within. He He must first open the lotus within himself, which he does petal by petal when he purifies and attunes himself to the highest principles within. Man is the incarnated principle of mind as the animal is of emotion. Man stands with one foot on the heavens and the other on earth. His higher being is lifted to the celestial spheres, but the lower man ties him to matter. It is from the union of his higher being with God and the lower self with man as matter that the Christ is born. Through experience and often suffering, the steel of a man's spirit is tempered by the flame of life. When you ally yourself with the power of your light, when you become a channel for its expression, and when you radiate it from yourself to all who need it, then indeed will the light protect you and you shall become a son of God. We take a successful life and think of it as an entirety, but when we examine it, we find that it is a number of small achievements joined together. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. I love you, son.